I'm going to be focusing on the fiduciary market, specifically the fiduciary market here in the UK. I broke the presentation down into 3 parts: choice, transparency, and outcomes. But up until now, I've focused on the DB market. That's where the biggest liabilities exist. But 90% of the active workforce, as we know, are invested in DC investments. And so how does fiduciary management fit into a DC arena? Well, it's starting to filter through in 3 areas. More active management, best-in-class funds, and simplified governance. So quite often, DC members have been left in, I guess, old-fashioned and expensive funds. And because of the communication that's required to make changes, it's really quite difficult. What fiduciary management does is it overcomes some of those challenges. It allows the funds to be upgraded without the communication needing to take place. It's a similar circumstance for best-in-class managers. For those individuals who've selected an active fund choice, it's sometimes very difficult even for trustees of DC schemes to keep track of who's best in class and who's been downgraded. That's even more challenging when you're an individual invested in a GPP. It's almost impossible. And so again, what the fiduciary manager can do is make sure that the investments are always in best-in-class managers. Ultimately, what this does is it simplifies governance. Where two-way communication is required and consensus needs to be reached, that can be a huge burden on the sponsoring employer, but equally can be really challenging for the individual. And so fiduciary management tries to get better solutions into place for individuals without the governance burden. We started with choice. The number of providers has increased, the solution set has grown significantly, and that's led to high levels of competition. That competition is improving transparency, particularly around fees and performance. And what we've seen is strong returns, high levels of satisfaction, but increased innovation.